I'm going to share this simple bedtime ritual with you. I did it thanks to a completely safe, natural 30-second bedtime ritual.
The purpose of use. The information on this site is for educational and entertainment purposes only. You mean I just watched a whole hour-long ad and it was just for entertainment? Welcome back to the Freezing Bear channel. Today we're going to be looking at another strange supplement weight loss ad. These videos are quite strange and I've looked at quite a few of them before. So let's just jump right into this one and let's have fun, tearing it to pieces. 3. Assume news anchor position. Good evening, welcome back. Tonight with breaking news, we figured out the cure for whatever disease this is, I don't know.
Within a few short weeks, I was able to reset my blood sugar and restore my glucose to perfectly healthy levels. Without diet or exercise, without painful injections, and without the crushingly expensive medications that would have driven me into bankruptcy.
All these ads seem to follow the same script. They all talk about how you can eat whatever you want, you don't have to exercise, you just have to take our supplement and then you'll be fine. So it's kind of strange that they're saying that when many of the factors why people get diabetes is from poor diet, lack of exercise, and body weight. So it's quite a strange message just to be starting off with, I think. But that's not uncommon for these type of ads. They like to make it seem like the disease or whatever problem you're having health-wise is just out of your control and there's nothing you can do to solve it. You basically should just give up. And the only way that you'll ever get better is just to buy our supplement. And I just have a big problem with that because you're looking at a health situation from like one angle. And, people are very complex. There's a lot of stuff going on. And, so just saying that, oh, this is the only way to sort out your problems is just, I don't see that as being accurate.
I did it thanks to a completely safe, natural 30-second bedtime ritual, which I'm going to share with you in a moment.
Of course, it wouldn't be one of these supplement ads if they didn't have a ridiculous name for what they're calling the treatment. The ad I reviewed before, it was a tropical loophole that helped you lose weight.
A tropical loophole that within minutes activates and multiplies these strange, ancient fat-shrinking cells.
The one before that I did was, it was a fat loss switch in your body.
The secret fat loss switch is located right here, at the end of your large intestine, in an organ that scientists previously thought was useless.
They all have these strange names that are just so vague as well.
I thank God every day for giving me the second chance at life. Now, I believe He wants me to share these blessings and pay it forward.
They always do this. They always come across as like, oh, I just figured this out and I'm just trying to pay it forward and be nice to you. They're selling a product to you. Like if you're watching this, they're trying to get you to buy a product. They don't care. Oh man, I went through this difficult situation, so I'm paying it forward and I'm going to share it to you. So buy my supplements.
This discovery led me to the simple bedtime ritual that incinerated 62 pounds of ugly, health-destroying belly fat while finally balancing my blood sugar and reversing my type 2 diabetes.
It's funny, after watching so many ads like this, they really like to emphasize fat. They're like, ugly, health-destroying fat. Which obviously I know it's not good to be overweight, but just describing fat in that way isn't helping anybody. People who want to lose weight, don't make them feel any worse about themselves. They obviously want to lose that weight. Imagine if you went to your doctor and he was like, ooh, look at all that gross, ugly, health-destroying, rolling, gooey fat on you. Another thing that makes this whole thing a bit more sketchy too is they have these pop-ups while you're watching this video. Like this one here says, Michael G from Quebec just purchased 3-month supply of glucotrust. These ads always try to come across as being in your best interest, but they use the shadiest tactics to try to get you to buy their products. In my other video, they had a fake timer counting down how long the sale would be going on for, but if you refresh the page, the number would go back up and restart again. We're just trying to be nice, please trust us. But then they just use every misleading, sketchy ClickFunnels option they possibly can.
This means freedom. Freedom to enjoy your favorite foods without having to dread what you'll see when you step on the scale.
Again, they're talking about food, and one of the main factors of getting type 2 diabetes is from diet. All these points that I bring up about nutrition and type 2 diabetes, I have sources down below that you can check out in the description. I'm saying most situations. I'm not saying everybody, because I know there's that one person in the comments that's going to say, well, I had somebody who got type 2 diabetes from, mountain climbing or something like that. Yeah, I understand that. Well, I'm talking generally. I'm not talking for everybody, okay?
Then pay close attention because in the next 6 minutes, I'm going to share this simple bedtime ritual with you.
One of the ways these ads like to keep you watching is by saying things like that. In the next 6 minutes, I'll show you this amazing bedtime ritual that will help you get rid of obesity and type 2 diabetes. But in the next 6 minutes, you're not going to be clued into any more stuff than you were before. It's just a way of getting you to watch it longer. I'll add the timestamp here. They don't even tell you about what the product is actually called until this part in the video. I'll add the timestamp right here.
You'll want to try it tonight because it activates a little known collection of cells that are lying dormant inside of you right now.
All of these ads are the exact same. They all talk about like these dormant cells that are just hanging out, not doing anything in your body, and then you gotta just kickstart them. Wake up, dormant cells, let's go, come on.
And let's be clear, this is about attacking and reversing the real root cause, which you've been lied to about until now.
I don't think the root cause is hidden. I think that there's multiple different ways you can get type 2 diabetes as shown here. So by using their logic, apparently none of these actually are reasons for getting type 2 diabetes then, because the real reason has been hidden from us and we're gonna find out about it in about 45 minutes or something like that. So for most people who get type 2 diabetes, it has to do because they are overweight and because they had a poor diet that caused them to get overweight. So apparently that's not an issue. So I don't know.
Diabetes treatment is a $50 billion a year industry and the numbers are skyrocketing. Yet, once I share with you the actual root cause of the erratic blood sugar that no one is talking about and show you this bedtime ritual, everything will finally become clear.
They make it seem like there's no other way to fix the health problem. The only way you'll be able to do it is by taking their supplements. Even though there are known treatments out there that do work, those won't really help you in any way. The only real help you'll be getting is if you take our supplements.
After watching this short presentation, not only will losing weight become as easy as flipping a switch.
It's an hour-long ad. It's not a presentation, it's an ad. You have to get 6 minutes into the ad before they even start talking about how it's a short presentation, when 6 minutes is already way too long to be watching an ad for.
In fact, regaining a single pound will seem utterly impossible, no matter what you eat.
How does this product work? What is in these supplements to make it so your body can't physically gain weight? I don't know, it's like cocaine or something like that. I just don't see how a supplement could combat somebody eating such a really bad diet.
Because your body will turn everything, even bread, pasta, pizza, and ice cream, into high-octane rocket fuel.
Parkour athletes hate this one simple trick. All you need to do is take these supplements and you'll be able to jump up 3 stories, just like a rocket.
Helicopter, helicopter.
In fact, Americans have been eating less sugar and carbs over the past 15 years, yet during this period, the numbers of type 2 diabetes patients have exploded.
Like if you look into that and you say, okay, so people are eating less carbs and sugar, but still type 2 diabetes is still occurring more and more frequently in Americans. But what doctors and nutritionists now are starting to realize is that fat also plays a big role in type 2 diabetes. So it's not just sugar and carbs.
But it turns out that the real problem with diabetes is the buildup of fat inside the cells of the body. When fat builds up in your muscle cells or in your liver cells, the sugar can't get inside.
And now for a simplified illustration of how insulin resistance is caused by these intramyocellular lipids. It starts with the excess fat buildup, those fat droplets within the cell, which then interfere with that insulin receptor. Neal Bernard simply refers to this as being gummed up. We'll get into the details later. That then prevents that glucose gateway from opening. The glucose doesn't make it in, and then your body goes, we need more insulin to open it up for more glucose, and then you got problems.
This is because we're bombarded with false information, misled by big pharma and corrupt elements of the medical industry who want to keep us hooked on high-priced medications for life.
I will agree with them on this point. Like big pharma has done a lot of sketchy stuff, and it has been proven that they do prefer profits over health in many situations. But they're also saying here is they want to keep you hooked on high-priced medications for life. This is an ad for a supplement that you're supposed to take for the rest of your life. They're trying to distance themselves from the pharmaceutical industry, but in fact what they're doing is very similar. These bottles are $50 each. Obviously there's way more expensive procedures and products out there, but still, that's not that cheap either.
You're about to escape from the clutches of the diabetes demon, trigger the fat-burning furnace inside of you, and reclaim your freedom.
We're gonna escape from the diabetes demon and trigger the fat-burning furnace inside us. Okay guys, we're gonna do some meditation. We're gonna breathe in through our nose and exhale through the mouth. Get rid of the diabetes demon. Breathe in through the nose, exhale the diabetes demon out. There we go, we are activating our fat burning furnace. Let's keep on going, let's do 3 more. It's just like, that's what, I don't know, that's what it makes me think of.
I'm not speaking to you today as some celebrity doctor or wellness guru.
Okay, like, but you kind of are though. You're in an ad trying to promote some supplements. That sounds like a wellness guru to me.
I'm an ordinary guy, a proud husband and father, and as of recently, a grandpa.
I don't understand how that's supposed to convince me into buying this product. Oh, that guy's a grandpa. I have to get it now. They're trying to build a story, but I don't think that like gives me any more incentive to buy their product.
I did everything I could think of. I cut out alcohol and junk food. I tried different diets like low carb, keto, Atkins, and paleo.
So he says I cut out alcohol and junk food and tried different diets like low carb, keto, Atkins, and paleo. Which if you look into all of those diets are quite high in fat. So if you are trying to reduce your fat content, those aren't the right diets for you. So in his case, those diets weren't necessarily the best ones to go for. Maybe he should have gone for like a low fat diet.
Finally, Julie convinced me to see a doctor.
So we are now 11 minutes into this ad. The 6 minutes have gone by and he still hasn't told us any more information than we knew about before. These ads are just so misleading and they just string you along for basically as long as possible so you buy their product. Obviously, I don't know what I was expecting because they're all like this, but still.
The standard explanation of erratic blood sugar levels, which leads to type 2 diabetes, is that your pancreas stops working properly. When your pancreas slows down its insulin production, your body no longer gets the message that it's supposed to burn all that sugar. So it builds up in your bloodstream. Your blood sugar, or glucose, goes up and up. Once it crosses a certain level, you've now got type 2 diabetes.
This ad is making it seem like the only way people ever get diabetes is because of their pancreas not working properly. So this guy's only coming at it from one angle, saying like, oh yeah, it's just your pancreas, you know, like that's the problem, you know, cut that thing out and get a new one. This is information I found from the WHO website, and it explains that you can become diabetic if your pancreas isn't creating enough insulin, like this guy is talking about, or if your body isn't able to receive the insulin that your body is producing, like if your body isn't able to use it. This type of diabetes is largely the result of excess body weight and physical inactivity. So those are the main factors for why a lot of people have diabetes.
I looked over and saw a young librarian pushing a cart full of books. She had a friendly smile and I could use any help I could get. So I told her about my research. You need to check out Dr. Kumar's work, she said. Who's that? I asked. Dr. Kumar, she explained, was a visiting professor at the university and one of the world's foremost endocrinologists. She said he was incredibly brilliant, but he'd been angry with the university ever since they refused to publish one of his studies. Susan motioned for me to follow. I hobbled after her on my crutches and she led me to the back of the library, to an unmarked door. She took a set of keys from her pocket and opened it.
What is that, the movie with Adam Sandler and he has a remote? Is that like Click or something like that? And they just lead him to the very back of Bed Bath & Beyond, like beyond the beyond and beyond the beyond. Man, that just makes me think of this. They're like, into the library we walked, into the very back where they have all the magic mystery stuff. Like, I wanted to believe these stories, but they just come off as so fake. Like, luckily I lived next to this university that happened to have this guy who wanted to publish some research that the college library didn't want him to, and then somehow the library still has it, but in the very back of the library. So then I could go there with this person who happened to be working at the library, who also happened to know about this guy's work and where it is located in the library. Like, it's just such a big coincidence, this whole story. These ads all try to do this, like the magical way they figured out how to solve this problem. Like, just say, like, you came up with a supplement that helps you do this because it works in this way. Like, cut out all this bullshit and all this stupid stuff about all this like random stories and stuff that happened, and you went on this journey and hiked through the mountains to find this rare herb that nobody knows about. Is this method so much more effective than just saying how well your product works because of the ingredients it has in it? Because then I'm starting to think, does this supplement really work if you have to come up with this whole hour-long ad and this magical story of how you figured out the ingredients to be putting in this supplement?
Susan let me stay after the library closed so I could read the unusual secret study. What I discovered in those pages would put me on a path there was no turning back from.
And these ads too, they always find something secret too. They're like, the secret study, the secret doctor in this cave, you know, testing out stuff. And then I just stumbled upon him while going for a hike. And then I figured out the cure for cancer. Like, it's just...
Beta cells produce the insulin your body needs to convert sugar to energy. But When you've got high blood sugar, your body becomes less responsive to insulin. This causes your beta cells to work extra hard to increase insulin production. Eventually, this causes them to burn out and die.
That's the problem. You got too many beta cells in your pancreas. You got to replace those with sigma cells, then you'll be all right.
Then I saw what looked like members of some ancient tribe. These were the Hunzes, he explained. For centuries, some of their people have been living in the mountains of Kashmir. Legend had it that this group of Hunzes lived longer than anyone on Earth. They never get sick and are immune to most diseases, including cancer and diabetes.
So apparently the Hunza people live in a very remote mountainous area, which supports what I was saying earlier, in that they get a lot of exercise and the food they eat is mostly plant-based. It's just like, oh man, look at these people. They're just immune to diseases. It's like, no, they're not immune to diseases. They just eat healthy and they don't get the diseases because they don't eat crappy foods.
He went to live with them for 6 months to learn if they possessed secrets of health and longevity. He didn't come across a single Hunza man or woman suffering from cancer, diabetes, obesity, hypertension, or any other major medical condition.
If you're following a really healthy population anywhere around the world, you're gonna see that they don't have high cancer rates, high diabetes rates, or obesity rates. If you look at the blue zones across the planet where there's the most centenarians located, you find that the diets and the exercise that they get are really great. It's not that they're immune to getting diseases, it's just that they don't get the diseases you get from eating unhealthily. I'm sick of watching the ads, so we're just gonna cut to this product and look a little bit more into it. So it's called Glucotrust. One thing I always like to do is when I see products like this, I always like to look at their disclaimers because they can be quite interesting and quite telling about how accurate the product is. The purpose of use. The information on this site is for educational and entertainment purposes only. You mean I just watched the whole hour-long ad and it was just for entertainment? The information provided should not replace advice given by your physician or healthcare professional. I understand this is all, so they don't get sued and stuff like that, but is the product really that ineffective that they have to say their ad is for entertainment purposes? And also in the disclaimer, it seems that you need to set up an exercise routine and a meal plan for this also to work. This whole ad is about, oh, you can eat whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, you don't have to exercise at all, you just got to take these supplements. But then when you look in their terms and conditions, you actually have to change your diet, your lifestyle, you got to get more exercise, all that kind of stuff. Like that all comes with this. It's a whole program. So like those are the things that are actually going to make the difference, not the supplements on their own. So if you ever see a product like this and you're wondering how legit it is, go to the terms and conditions and have a look. And if it's a joke like this one, then you know to kind of avoid it. So we're going to end this video here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and please subscribe. I've made 2 other videos on stupid ads like this, so check them out.